Hey guys, oh my good, thanks for joining me here tonight on this wonderful Monday night live stream. And I have a special guest for you here. And his name is, it's here, right here. Welcome, Joe, to the stream.
Hey,
Yeah,
Mark, thanks for having me.
he's got his cup of coffee. You see that? I mean, it's Coke Zero. So Joe here, yeah, I don't know, as you guys know, Joe here is from the Half Hour of Power. Go watch him. He talks about, we just did a live stream over there. If you guys want to check it out, about some of the oldest movies that we've ever seen. If you want to check that out, you can go there and check out his show there. Of course, with my pretty face. But on today's live stream, what do you think we're going to talk about today, Joe?
He-Man.
He-Man! He-Man, the masters of the universe. Of course, I am a Motu go-to. Like Joe says, he has a line that says, I am the go-to. I'm the go-to for Motu. That's right. So today we want to discuss, this should be a fun one. We want to discuss about the second season to Masters of the Universe, Masterverse Revelation. So the second season now, what do you think the second season is going to be called, Joe? You should know this by now.
Season 2.
Did you watch any of the first season?
No, I don't have Netflix.
You're not missing anything. Nobody has Netflix.
But I have Shudder.
Well, maybe they'll go on Shudder one day.
When it goes to Shudder.
So let's start this here. We have some news, and let's see. I'm going to bring up this article here, Joe. All right, we got this article up here, as you can see. So we got some news here. We're going to talk about. This is from Deadline. So, Masters of the Universe Revelations, Kevin Smith's successor to the cult 1983-1985 animated series, of course, was announced. So now they are talking about the next season, when it's announced and confirmed as Masters of the Universe Revolution. Yes, sir, and Powerhouse Animation. If you're living under a rock, I guess you won't know this, but I'm sure you guys know this. So now, He-Man heroic warriors face the forces of Skeletor and a deadly threat to the planet. So, yes, the deadly threat to the planet. Of course, this is the ongoing battle between He-Man and Skeletor. Somehow it never gets resolved. It never gets resolved. It's been going on since 1982. It's been going on since 1982. Skeletor always wants the castle. He has Snake Mountain. Can't he just live in Snake Mountain and leave everybody alone? Jeez.
I don't know. If I had a giant castle mountain like that, I would just stay there and nobody would ever see me.
I know, like, what's going on here, man? Like, Skeletor, why would you need Castle Grayskull? What do you want? Like, I mean, I'm thinking he wants to flip, like, to be like a second homeowner, maybe. He wants to own
That could
Castle
be.
Huh?
That could be. That could be what he wants. He just wants another home.
He just wants to own another castle. I got Snake Mountain, so I got Snake Mountain, so I need Castle Grayskull.
I mean, the front of the castle is shaped like his face, so
Well, maybe that's why he wants it, because it's shaped like his face. So now here we're going to here. I mean, like, this is amazing news. We're going to, as you know, left with the cliffhanger there from the last. I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it here, but from the last from the last, I don't want to spoil it for Joe here.
Go ahead and spoil it.
I mean, like, I just don't want to spoil it for Joe here, but what happened in the last one is the first season, part two, the ending of that. We are finding out that Hordak will be involved in the continuing saga between He-Man and Skeletor, and by the toys that are coming out, I'm sure with the toys that are coming out that we also know what else is going to happen. So with the toys coming out, we also know what characters are going to be in this next installment. So how do you how do you feel about, I mean, you haven't seen it yet, Joe, but I'm thinking, like, what do you think about this in comparison to the original show, as far as what's happening now with these new shows and, these new Master Universe shows? And do you love that they're really building on these things right now? What do you think about Kevin Smith on the helm, taking the helm of this? You know what I mean? What do you think about this?
I don't know. I've not seen any episodes for myself, so I don't feel like I can properly judge it for myself. I mean, I've heard you talk about it and other people have talked about it. I've read articles about it. There was I don't remember the exact year. There was a He-Man show, and I know there's been a few since the original. I want to say 2002, something like that. Do you remember that one?
Well, I remember the New Adventures of He-Man. I do remember the New Adventures of He-Man. I do remember that. I do remember the 2000.
Like the early 2000s, I think, because there was one.
But I remember the 2000X.
I thought that did a pretty good job of a backstory for everybody and tying everything together. But I mean, it wasn't really a continuation of the original show.
That wasn't it was like more like a reboot.
Yeah, it was a reboot, but it still to me felt like He-Man.
Yeah, the New Adventures didn't really feel like I don't know, didn't really feel like it felt like they changed it a lot. But the 2000X one really felt like they were back on track with He-Man. So, that really, and this one now, that this kind of has the same sort of vibe as the 2000X, this one too. Even the character designs are a mix between the original vintage He-Man show, Filmation show, and the 2000X show. So even that, it has the feel of it. So it does have,
really?
huh?
Does it really?
It does have the feel of it. I mean, if you give it a shot, if you
I wouldn't watch it, but there is a show called Star Trek Continues. Have you seen this?
What is it?
It's called Star Trek Continues.
I haven't seen that one. No.
I believe you can watch them on YouTube. I've watched 2 episodes on YouTube, but
Uh-huh.
it's got the same look as it's basically continuing the 5-year mission of the original show. It's basically
Oh, I gotta check that out.
the 4th and 5th seasons of the original show because it's 5-year mission. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's got the same look. I think it's got the same feel. It almost feels like they paused and didn't just came back. They just put it on pause and came back. It was interesting to me how much it felt like the original show. So are you saying that this Revelations has that?
It has like it has the feel of the 2000X and the feel of the vintage show also. It's like kind of like in that sort of way, you know what I mean? Like it kind of reminds me of that.
Okay, great.
So we do have somebody on here. Is Brandon's here? We're gonna connect
Brandon's
him.
here? All right.
All right, but his screen looks like it's out. I don't see. I
Hey, Brandon.
see. Let's see. Welcome. Look at that. Welcome, Brandon, to the show. Look at that. Is he where is he? Is he here? I don't
Well, he'll pop in once his difficulties.
well, okay. So I what I wanted to do here is I wanted to show you. I'm going to stop with this screen here because there's some things going on as far as new figures because this is definitely a toy channel. So I want I want to do some. I don't know. I want to talk about some figures here. I can't even see Brandon. But I'm going to talk about some figures here. Hold on one second. I would just want to show you what I see. Let me get it. Let me bring it up here to give you a look at some of the stuff that what I found in the Google search or some of the figures. All right. So here are the figures that are. There's some that are introduced here, and as you can see, you have one here, Katra. You have Zodak. This is actually the new figures that are introduced to the Masterverse line. Zodak looks really amazing.
Wow.
That's Zodak for the new Masterverse line there. I still don't see Brandon coming up here.
Oh, he's just having some
Technical difficulties.
you know.
All right, so let me just see some more of the figures here that you have to see the new Beastman figure that has come out, and it is so amazing. It's the best, I think, the best Beastman. This is the Zodak here. It's not this Beastman. I'm going to find it for you. This is the Zodak right here. But this is actually the best Beastman that so far that they have come out with in this line. So let me just, not this one right here. This Beastman.
That one?
This is the best Beastman that has come out for the line so far. Right here. He's got fur. He's got fur on his like there's fur all around, and he's got this really cool harness. And when I tell you he's huge, he's gigantic, Joe. He's like a very he's gigantic.
That is cool.
So I mean, like you could see they went from this beast man. I'll show you this one right here, which not many people liked. This particular beast man,
Yeah.
and he's a little bit shorter and less bulkier. And they brought us this beast man right here, which he's huge, and not to mention he is also I don't know if you heard of Mark Taylor. Mark Taylor is the guy who originally made all the concepts for the original Masters of the Universe toy line. And this is based on his actual drawing.
Oh wow, that one there.
So I can show you what I mean here, because this should be fun to show you.
Yes.
Mark Taylor, you could see what I mean. This is the actual Mark Taylor Beastman based on the new Beastman design. If you can actually see what I'm saying. Look at that design. It's like this design.
Wow, yeah.
These are all the original Mark Taylor designs, who originally drew these designs back in the early 80s. So this really was, when they brought this new Beastman figure out, they really took from this design. And I want to emphasize that, because a lot of people don't know that this design was this design was what inspired us to get that new Beastman design, that new Beastman from Masterverse. So I kind of like what they're doing as far as giving us, some of his older designs, back from the early 80s, and saying, here, we want to give back, because the man did pass away this past year. He did pass away. So his concepts are really living on in these figures that they're making now, because these are all his concepts here. These are all his drawings. And originally, this drawing here, this particular drawing here that you see here, the mouse is on, this drawing we did get, not as big, but we did get a character that was in the Masters of the Universe classics called Geigor. Geigor was based on this design right now. He is like this huge figure who was a remolding of a figure from the Big Jim line from the 70s. So they took a lot of like a lot of things from the old Mattel Big Jim line. I don't know if you ever heard of that line, the Big Jim line.
I've heard you talk about that, yes.
All right, so if I show you, like, I'll show you the Big Jim Mattel Big Jim figures. So here's some of the they kind of remind you of Mego.
Yes.
So you have these figures. You might even have had, like, some of these figures. You might even have had as when you were a kid, and probably didn't. You might have thought they were Mego, huh?
Probably did.
So there was a figure that they used, a gorilla figure. So it was the gorilla, and I'm going to show you something. So the gorilla figure was supposed to be Beastman. This was supposed to be Beastman.
That is fantastic.
They were supposed to take this mold and use it in Masters of the Universe, but they dropped it because they said he was too big. So he wanted something scaled down to their size. So now you have this gorilla here, and here's another thing that you might not have known, but when I show it to you, you're going to be like, wow, it's going to surprise you. What is that?
Nice. I like it.
That's from the Big Jim line.
That is fantastic.
So that is Battle Cat. So they took old molds, and that means less money to tool the characters and the figures, so they could save money. And they had the tool. They already had they already had the molds for all these, so they decided they were going to make a new figure for He-Man to ride. So what happened is they made this figure, Battle Cat, and he was huge. So they says, well, how is this guy? He-Man is just this little guy compared to Battle Cat. So how is He-Man going to ride Battle Cat? So they made a harness for him and put it on him. But here's another little history lesson for you, which you're going to find really interesting. Remember the Tarzan line?
Yes.
So you remember the Tarzan action figures? There was like a Jaguar in that line. I think it was a Jaguar. But if you see the not this one right here, you see? Look.
That's great.
It was a reuse of the Tarzan mold from 1971. So if you think about it, huh?
That is great.
So if you think about it, Big Jim line took Mattel retooled it from the Tarzan line to the Big Jim line to the He-Man line. So now it will forever be known as Battle Cat. And for some reason you don't think about, oh, it was the tiger, it was the Jaguar. You know what I mean? You don't think about that. You think it's Battle Cat.
That's right.
So this is the fun thing about the way they used to make toys back then, is they used to just kind of like, hey, what's going on?
Hey,
let's welcome Brandon to the show.
Brandon, how are you?
How are you today?
Doing great.
We had some technical difficulties, but we are back.
Yep.
So I wanted to just say hello, and it's good to have you on my show today. And what we're doing today is we're talking about the new Master of the Universe continuation to Revelations, which was called Revolution. Now I'll bring that article back up again so I could just show you what we thought. Did you see Revelation?
Yes, I actually got the toys.
And I do too. Oh, they're great. They're great toys. Now, I was showing Joe here some of the new figures that are coming out, and that new Beastman that's coming out.
Yeah,
that new Beastman looks incredible.
The new Beastman, they got a new one.
Oh my God, the new Beastman that is coming out looks great. So this is what we're talking about here, but I don't know if you've seen you didn't see the new Beastman, did you?
No. I seen the Beastman for Revelation. I didn't know they came out.
This new Beastman.
Oh, okay.
Wait till you see this new Beastman this is the best Beastman that I feel like that we got so far. It's the best Beastman. So I'm going to show you a picture of that. So
Right.
you can see here, this one right here.
Oh.
And he's huge, man. He is so freaking huge. He's bigger than the Beastman that we got. He's got a club. He is actually, if you know who Mark Taylor is, right?
Yeah, he was a designer.
Well, this is hearkening back to the original concept design of Beastman.
So this the second of Beastman.
This is the new Eternia Beastman.
I like that.
And he's like the size of the Skelegod figure.
Oh,
he's bigger than the other ones. Dude, this guy is huge, man. And later if you could look him up or whatever it is and see, but he's got also his classic armor and this armor here. You can actually put on his I'll show you over here when I go into it. You can actually, let me find it. Let me find the way. This one right here. You can actually put him this way too.
I like the other one better.
This is the classic, but the other way is it harkens back to the Mark Taylor design, which I will show you. I did show Joe, but I'm going to show you the Mark Taylor Beastman right there. So that is the design, and I wanted to stress that because I watch a lot of YouTube videos about everyone showing the review of the new Beastman, and they don't they don't know where he's coming from, and they're like, "Well, this new design, I don't know what like." He comes from the original concept, Mark Taylor. I don't know if all of them know he's coming from the Mark Taylor design, but they never mention it. So I wanted to mention it here that he's coming from the actual Mark Taylor design. You know,
and you know what?
And
you're right, because if I believe, and you correct me if I'm wrong, even in the comments, that I think that show on Netflix, The Toys That Made Us, I don't think they mentioned that neither.
Yeah, I didn't notice that in that show. If they mentioned that, they might have, but it might have been very short. But I have to go back to it and look and see if they did or not. But doing all my research about it, and I have all the books and stuff like that. I bought all the books, and I read all the books about it. There were definitely some different designs going around, like this particular one here, which was supposed to be the Big Jim gorilla, which I showed Joe earlier. There was a gorilla from the Big Jim line. You ever hear of the Big Jim line?
Yeah, I heard it off that show. That's how they kind of like designed the He-Man toys off of Big Jim.
Yeah, well, they took a lot from the Big Jim line as far as concepts go, and this is supposed to be. They were supposed to take the gorilla off the Big Jim line, repaint him, and make him Beastman. But he didn't scale well with all the figures, so they decided to just make another concept, and then they came up with this concept right here, which is great. So this is the original Lords of Power concept right here. These are the original. So this is the original, and they're statues. They weren't even movable. They're just statues. So they decided to, these are the original Lords of Power. So that's the way Beastman was looking. So in the Origins line, they actually took this design here and they made Beastman this way. And for some odd reason, which I felt it was a great Beastman. A lot of people didn't really care for that Beastman. So I could show you this here, which is the LOP Beastman that they brought out for the Lords of Power Origins line in the new line. So my idea was, honestly, I think this is a great looking Beastman. I don't know what you think, but I think that's a great looking Beastman, and a lot of people don't really care for him.
Really? I don't see why not, because it kind of goes back to Mark's like original drawing a little bit, and plus too with the big line, it kind of looks like the gorilla. Seriously, it kind of looks like that concept art.
And I mean, like I said, a lot of people I've noticed, they weren't big on it for some reason, and they like the classic, the one right here, this classic Beastman look, which that man look compared to that look. They actually like they actually like the old Beast. I guess in a way, if you think about it, we grew up with that vintage Beastman look.
Right. That's what I was gonna say. In the step
before all this,
growing
and
up.
you know that they shared all kind of parts together. So Beastman's body was Stratos' body.
Oh yeah.
So just recolored. That's all it was. So I mean, like, if you go back to it, what they're giving us now with this new Masterverse Revelation line, they're extending it there. Masterverse is going Revelation to New Eternia, they're adding the Princes of Power. They're adding the new. They're going to be adding extra lines into it and lumping everything together. That's what they're doing with it. So we may get a Pre-Eternia line. Pre-Eternia is going to be like Hero, and maybe we'll get Megator and Titus. These are the giants. We may get those guys. It'd be interesting. It'd be very interesting to see what we're going to get coming to this line as this story progresses on into Revolution. So I mean, what do you guys think about it? What do you think? You have the toys.
Yeah.
So what do you have so far as far as Revelation toys go?
I have all the main ones. So of course I have He-Man. I have Battle Cat, of course. I got Skeletor, Skele-God. I got Layla. I can't even say right now. I have
Tila.
Thank you, Tila. Get it out of me. I have Tila. I have Mothman. I have Evil Lynn. I forgot his name.
Fisto, Stinkor.
I don't have Fisto yet. I don't have Stinkor because those are hard to find right now. Man of War. I have Man of War. And so because I think I have a Beastman.
You have the Revelation Beastman, right?
Right. I have Beastman because they had it. It was that Evil Land and Beastman, merger thingy. Anyway, I got that. So that's it right now. I'm missing a few.
Huh?
Said I'm missing a few. Right now.
I got around here in New Jersey, like everywhere else, I think there's a lot of distribution problems. Because there's a lot of figures that are sitting on the shelf right now in Target that have been sitting there forever. That just what I was trying my hardest to find the King Grayskull, and I couldn't find them. I had to pre-order them. It kept going out of stock. So eventually they sent me a King Grayskull. I go to Target and there's 20 of them on the shelf. And I'm like, wait a minute. What is going on here? So, and then there's Savage He-Man, and there's, you get them, you try so hard to get them, and then you go there and there's 20 of them on the shelf.
You know, well, see, that's crazy because, like, here in Indianapolis, if you go to the major stores that carry, like, the He-Man lines is Walmart and Target. And Walmart, you cannot find Savage He-Man, and even at Target, you can't find Savage He-Man. You can find everybody else, but those major ones. Like Skella Guide, when they came out, when it was announced, my buddy ordered his online, and then like 2 days later, I went to Walmart, and then I bought it at Walmart.
See, it's crazy the way distribution is. I'm having I'm having a real hard time as far as because I'm a big Origins fan. Mm-hmm. I collect Origins, and Masterverse is like my secondary one. I mean, first is always vintage. I have all the vintage ones.
Right.
Origins, I think I collect Origins because it reminds me of vintage, and I can have them on card, and which I don't have any of the other ones on card, the old ones. But Masterverses, I don't have to collect all the Masterverse ones. I can pick and choose the ones I want to collect, and if I don't need them all. But the Origins ones, I have to have them all. It's crazy.
Now the Origin ones, see, I have those too. See, I have Orko, I have He-Man, I have Skeletor, I have Evil Lyn, I have Battle Cat, and I have Panther. I'm not at home, so I can't go get up and go look what else I have. But I have some more. Oh, I have the speeder that he's riding on. Him or Skeletor. I have Adam. And then, this one bug. I have more. I think. But the Orko, I made a guy mad because I happened to walk past it and snatched it up. And he saw it. He was like, yo. I was like, yo, hey, I touched it first. Sorry, I'm not giving it up. Because there was only one in the pack. There was only one in that box set. And I have Orko since.
Well, Orko is hard to find on Origins. Very difficult to find. And I have him too. And I got him in the beginning because he very difficult to find. And I got the Castle Grayskull. Castle Grayskull is always on sale.
Where?
In Target. If you look at Target, it's always on sale online.
I don't see not near.
Go to the Target app. Go there.
I'm going to go.
Castle Grayskull is always being sold on Target app.
Castle Grayskull.
And they give you the Sorceress with Castle Grayskull. They give you the Sorceress. Yep. For $71, you get the Castle Grayskull, man. $71.
That is awesome.
And I ordered that in the beginning when it first came out. I actually pre-ordered it and waited 6 months to get it because I thought in my head, I was like, I'm never going to be able to get this if I don't pre-order it. I says, and now it's Castle Grayskull is on you can get it from Walmart. You can get it from Big Bad Toy Store. You can get it from Target. You can get it on Amazon. But the cheapest place you're going to get it is literally on Target.com. That's the cheapest place you're going to get it. And it was on sale. A couple of weeks ago, actually, and it was on sale for $56.99. I didn't need it, so I just didn't buy another one. It was on sale.
Well, one of us needed it, Mark.
Huh?
One of us needed it.
Well, I know one of you guys. I know you guys need it. You would love to have that. I know that. Joe would love it too. Have a Castle Grayskull in his house with his He-Man behind him.
I got the actually the battle damage Skeletor and battle damage He-Man.
Look at this guy.
Yes.
Terraclaws.
What the freak?
That's Terraclaws Skeletor. Yep, Terraclaws Skeletor. People think I'm nuts. I got toys in my house, man, and people think I'm nuts, but you know what? It makes me happy.
Well, see, that's crazy because, I have toys, like, I have it all displayed in my home. I have glass curio cabinets and everything with them in there. And the maintenance guy came to my apartment, and he saw me. He was like, dude, I walked in your apartment. I didn't want to leave. I was like, I remember all these toys. I used to have some of these. He's like, you got them all. You got He-Man, G.I. Joe, Transformers. He's like, wow. Sorry, I sat on it. Just looked at it. Like, that's what it's there for. It's a mini museum.
It's great, man. It's great. Joe, you got those toys. You know what I just ordered? A New Adventures of He-Man Starship Eternia.
Oh, wow.
You ever see that?
Wow.
That thing, dude, that thing is huge, man. It's huge, brother.
You know what?
Huh?
Some people, when I talk about He-Man and I mention that, some people be like, what the heck are you talking about? I was like, y'all remember He-Man? He used to have a green sword. They're like, no, he didn't. I'm like, okay.
They're in denial.
Oh.
They're in denial. Man, everybody who, when I was growing up, man, He-Man was my escape when I was growing up. Every morning and every afternoon, I didn't want to go to school, man. He-Man was coming on. I wanted to watch He-Man. I watched it every single day, in the afternoon, in the morning, on the weekends. I watched it whenever I could catch it. And what was special about the whole thing is that today you can just turn it on and watch it anytime. At that time, you had to go and be there at that time to watch it. Otherwise, you missed it.
Oh yeah, that's why I was getting on. Like some of the kids, like, oh, commercials. It's like, yeah, trust me. I remember when commercials will let you miss a whole show because you go get up and go run and go get this real quick, and then you come back. It's in the middle of the episode and it's about to go off. And you just rewind. And there's no Netflix where you can't do that.
Now that's what makes it special from back then.
I do remember getting home from school and going outside to play, but realizing He-Man's coming on soon. I better get back inside so I don't miss He-Man.
That's where he got all the ideas to make his stop motion action figure videos.
I did. I did.
You are the first one, man.
I made action figure videos with He-Man toys.
Yeah.
They were perfect for that. I mean,
they were good.
They were a great size, I thought. Yeah, I mean, they were great. They were great for making them with. They were great for throwing. We've talked about that, throwing them at each other, throwing them across the room. And they're not going to break. They're great.
Well, they put now these new Origin ones. I don't know, guys.
He should be suing Robot Chicken. He was the first one I've ever seen anybody make movies with stop motion action figures. I've never seen that.
What was that? Was it Molor, or something like that they made in the He-Man verse off of Robot Chicken?
Yes, I remember. Yeah,
That was an exclusive at was it Comic-Con? Diego?
what is that show that they made, but didn't last? It was on Fox, Zor or something. Zorn. It was like a He-Man guy that was like comedic and all that. He just was this big body. He was just this big barbarian.
Oh,
I know what you're talking
I never
about.
watched that.
It was basically He-Man. That's what it was, making fun of like He-Man. Okay, I wanted to thank everybody for being on tonight. I appreciate you coming on and fixing the difficulties you had there, and you could come on and on this live stream with us tonight. You should come on again. This would be fun.
Trust me.
Definitely be fun to come on. Huh?
I plan on it.
We can just love talking about toys, you know. I know Joe loves talking about toys.
Yeah. I mean, I like toys, but I'm not. I talked to you guys last week. I'm not really a collector of toys, but I do collect horror toy stuff.
Well,
like
you're a collector of Universal monsters and
Amigos and stuff like that.
Those are cool.
But it's still
If I did decide I'm going to buy some He-Man toys, I would buy the retro stuff.
Yeah.
I would buy the stuff I had growing up. That's what I would get. I think all the other stuff is cool too. I look at it and that looked really cool. I think the other stuff from the other Netflix show, I think those toys look cool. Because you can make them all play with each other. He-Man can fight He-Man from different shows, and you can decide which He-Man can beat up which He-Man.
Now we're talking about the shows. They have that new, not Masterverse Revelations or anything like that, but this newer He-Man show that's out, that's taking a different spin on the He-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one. Those toys, they look pretty neat too. Just have him beat up which He-Man from which show can beat up which He-Man.
Yeah, like a celebrity death match.
That's what we need. You know, you got this He-Man here. Can he beat up the Revelation He-Man? And who can beat up who?
The CGI He-Man.
Can the CGI He-Man beat everybody up? What about the Dolph Lundgren He-Man? Can he come and beat up?
We don't talk about that.
Filmation.
We don't talk about it.
We talk about that, Brandon. You're going to talk about it. And you know, Mark and I did a whole big. Mark and Jesse and I actually, we did a whole big discussion about that movie. Sounds like Brandon wants to be a part of that. I'm going to tell you this, Brandon, because I can't let a live stream go without doing this. I can't help myself. Someday I'll be able to stop. This is really childish, and I'm sorry. Masters of the Universe with Dolph Lundgren is better than Man of Steel. It's a better movie.
We all know that.
What?
Wow.
What's that?
Comment below about that. Trust me. You will see they'll be like, no, Man of Steel is this higher and He-Man's all the way down here.
No.
He-Man the motion picture. All the way down here.
Do what?
Cyborg.
Oh.
Blade. Who is Blade? I never seen him in He-Man at all. But he's Blade. He has blades and two swords.
See, he's really talking about that movie. He loves it. He thinks it's better than
He would
Man.
just cut Skeletor's head off.
You're the man.
Yeah.
All right. Mark, thank you for having me on, as always. It is a pleasure and an honor to be on.
Pleasure is all yours. All right, guys. I really appreciate you being on. Thank you so much. Thank you, and go see Joe in the half hour of power on his station there, and he's got some really cool things going on over there. Check him out over there, and we'll see you again soon, guys. Thank you so much for come and talk to us at the Toys of Time Go By and listen to all of us and look at our mugs. Thank you. Take care, guys. Thanks again for watching.